Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Happy birthday, Director. Director, thank you for inviting us on your honeymoon. There is rightfully an extremely serious and long necessary debate in this country about what we should do to bring police departments and communities together, especially communities of color. And in that context, it is tempting to say that what we should do now is remove police officers from school. I believe, however, the exact opposite is true.
Yes.
I want to encourage you tonight to move forward with the reforms you put on the table, because I've actually lived through part of this experience and believe that the officers in the school, if reformed, are really part of the solution. I know that because this program started in a very bleak time in this city. There was a youth violence epidemic in this city, and at that time we recognized we could not arrest the problem away. We recognized that what we needed to do was to put in place community-based strategies. We looked around the country and in the community, collected the best ideas of all upstream solutions. But one of those that we saw that was being done better than here was school resource officers. Not there to arrest people, but to build relationships. And so what we did is to say not every police officer was qualified, not half the department, not the majority of the half of the department. Only a handful could be done. And so what we did is we specifically selected officers who would be successful in building relationships and diffusing issues. Those officers included Mike Kirchin and Mark Kluko, who went on to start Bike Cops for Kids, who would bike around North Minneapolis and build those relationships. I can personally verify that I specifically helped select those first officers. I can't say, frankly, I continue to do that. I also believe the program showed that we need to make changes. You are proposing some changes tonight that are wise. One of them is to have no more part-time officers. Building relationship is not a part-time job. Your reform is smart. Having principals deeply engaged in the selection of this is smart. Your plan about having a transparent selection process is smart. What I don't think would be smart, however, would be to take away what I believe is the single most important way that we can build relationships between communities of color and the next generation. If this is transparent, if the reforms are there, if it is monitored by both sides, I believe that can be done. When an incident occurs in a school, someone will respond. I don't want it to be any cop. I don't believe every cop is qualified nor good at that. I believe a very select handful, in partnership with the community, transparently monitored with high goals of community engagement for you, I would rather have that person respond than any police officer. So I ask you to look hard at this program. It was really born in the light of horrible moments. And Madam Chair and Director, you were there, Councilmember Sam Mills, as we stood on street corners, and many of you, we saw that we cannot use the old style of policing in schools or in community. So I ask you to work hard on this. I believe it's a great program. I believe it needs reforms, and I thank you for